The United Nations has, but should it enjoy impunity? Despite the dismal weather, lawyers representing the victims of Haiti's cholera epidemic left New York's Southern District Court with a smile. They're trying to sue the UN for negligence. They claim its peacekeepers were responsible for the outbreak that's now killed more than 8,500 people. A US lawyer represented the UN in court.
The United States is arguing that the UN has absolute immunity from suit unless it has expressly waived that immunity. But that's just not an issue in this particular case. This case is about whether the United Nations can essentially operate with impunity when it has refused to provide any kind of remedies to the victims.
Imagine if cholera were brought to the States by the Nepalese soldiers. How would the UN cope with that? For me, it's a kind of discrimination. Now we can clearly see the double standard of the United Nations.
The Haitian plaintiffs filed their case a year ago, and the fact that Judge Paul Oaken agreed to hear the two sides in court is a major breakthrough for them. US lawyer Ellen Blaine urged the judge to throw out the lawsuit. The US argues that letting the case proceed would subject the UN to many more such suits. It's not clear how long we'll have to wait for the judge's decision, but from his line of questioning, the judge appeared to be challenging the notion that the UN always has total immunity in every case and cannot be tried in a US court. Jessica Mazurier, France 24.
Yes. Sure. I wanted to ask you about the second Haiti cholera case. Recently, they announced, the plaintiffs' lawyers in that they've added, more than 1,000 new plaintiffs to the case. This is the one that's filed in the Eastern District in Brooklyn. And they reiterated that Ban Ki-moon was, in fact, served or handed court papers as he entered the Asia Society, and they say that that case is going forward. So I wanted to know, one, do you have any reaction to 1,000 individuals looking at the case and signing on, obviously unconvinced by what you've just said? And two, what is your position and where will you argue your position on that Ban Ki-moon not receiving legal service of process in the second case?
We've already stated our position about the claims and their receivability. I don't feel the need to go into that. Regarding tomorrow's events, you'll recall that the United Nations has maintained its immunity from legal process in respect of this lawsuit. In light of this, the United Nations will not appear in court.
I'm speaking about the second case. There's two cases. There's a case that's going to be heard on the 23rd, and there's a larger case with more plaintiffs that's filed in Brooklyn. And I wanted to know, does your statement about tomorrow's events apply to Brooklyn, or did you receive the papers or not?
We would have to see as events proceed. But our position on the receivability of the case has not changed.